pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moving to our administrative section, A, adoption of the following resolution. Mr. Roach, would you like to go with this?
Yes, sir. As you well know from what Ms. Gandy presented to us about the ramifications if it is given to the board, the OPEB information, we could not survive. It would be overwhelm us. In this adoption of this resolution, there's some facts that I'd like for you to know. One, 80% of the work, that means the attorney's work in preparation for this has already been done. And that comes from Mr. Super himself. Secondly, the last 6 months, our percentage is based on student enrollment. Therefore, our percentage is 1.4063 of all billing. That includes 50 counties. The last 6 months, our actual amount, and will be invoiced next week, is $856.01. I am recommending that we continue on with this lawsuit with the other 50 counties to try to find a legislative fix instead of burdening the counties with this mandate. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Any questions?
So this is what kind of bill? Never paid anything else? Or?
In 6 months, I can't tell you what the prior billing was for that, but all I can tell you is the last 6 months, this is it. 80% of the charges, estimate has already occurred. If they get to go and the Supreme Court hears it, they'll massage the material they already have, but as you can see, our percent was very little. The other thing that I would note, that if counties drop out, then that percentage of 1.4063 might increase, but to the degree that it would increase and to the outcome of possible winning this, I think we have to take that risk for what little money we would expend. So again, I still feel this is the right thing to do for Lincoln County as well as all other counties.
It seems like we have
I don't think that much choice. We ought to keep the heat on the legislature.
I don't know what the solution is, but let them figure it out.
That's right.
So consider this. Would you do a quick repeat of that?
Yes, ma'am. This is concerning the OPEB, the resolution that's on the agenda. Our percent, because it's based on student enrollment, our percent in Lincoln County of any bill that comes down, invoice, would be 1.4063%. In the last 6 months, that means that our total bill for the work that's been done is $856.01. 80% of the work has already been completed, since it might go to the Supreme Court if they hear it. If it does, they'll massage it. The work has been completed, but it won't be new research. They'll just massage it to get ready. So this is based on right now 50 counties participating in this billing. If some drop out, then our percent would increase of that total bill. But I think, again, I said earlier, the risk is worth it. The amount of what I consider a little amount of money for what the burden that we put on Lincoln County, as all other counties, is well worth it to make a try. And I think I would concur with what everyone said so far is the best thing to do. And that would be my recommendation. That's really all I said.
I agree.
So why was I have a question.
Yes,
Why
sir.
was it thrown out? Basically, why did the circuit judge actually dismiss the case? Anyone?
I just wondered, if they said that this was a legislative, something that the legislature, they created the problem and they would have to solve the problem. Just what I read.
Right, I just want to make sure I had the same information that everyone else did. So, my next question is, continuing the lawsuit against PEIA, if it is a legislative matter, what would we be able to accomplish what we want to accomplish by suing PEIA? Knowing that the Supreme Court is going to they actually have to hear it if they choose to hear it. They may not choose to hear it. So, where I'm at, as far as, where my feelings, is that, I know we have to take care of this, but are we actually going down the right path by suing PEIA if this is a legislative matter?
50 other counties concur that, or 49 other counties concur that we are going down the path, and I think Mr. Curry said it best. The reason the lawsuit is there is because the legislature put it on us. We are fighting what they've done, so if we go back and count on the legislature, we would find ourselves right where we don't want to be, and that is us incurring that expense. So our only hope is to keep pressure on the legislature and still hope that the Supreme Court would say it is not the county, it is yours, and you cannot do that to the counties. It's,
Right.
you're not allowed to do it, so then we get the relief forever. But right now, I don't want to, the reason I'd like to see us go forward is so that the legislature just doesn't say, okay, it's our fix, but we can't do it, so counties, it's your responsibility. And we're sitting right where we were before we ever sued.
So the Supreme, go ahead.
And I was thinking, to show or to present to the legislature that we've sought the judicial relief and not been able to find it, even if the Supreme Court says, we're not hearing it, this is not appropriate for us to hear, then the only recourse would be to go back to the legislature. And perhaps that's as valid a point as anything.
Well, I don't think we'll get anything PEIA plus on, but like I said, legislators, I think they will take care of it, but gotta keep the heat on.
If they, ultimately, they're gonna have to make some tough calls, because they're gonna, I saw they threw, we were talking about how much it was gonna cost state, what was that, like an $8 billion?
So it's like six or something big dollars.
So for them, it's gonna be a tough decision. I know when we were at our conference in the summer, they were talking about, the possibility of tax increases to address or to cut somewhere else. So, but that's, their responsibility to do that. The other side, if we don't do anything, then from the state level, and there's only so much allocated for education, we could see them altering that school aid formula, we get cut somewhere else to cover it.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so.
Plus increases in
Right.
premiums, and also retirees, there's all types of.
Well, I think it's the best way to go. Okay, so.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve the adoption of the resolution. Is there any questions? All those in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it.